Hello and welcome to Unbecoming. I'm your host, Elena Joy. My pronouns are she, her. Today we're talking about how the ask is the invitation. This is a part of the relational capacity unit that we have been talking about. This is what I learned the hard way about why asking for help is really about connection. Dear independent human, let me save you a few years in therapy. And by a few, I mean actual years, plus several $1,000s, 3 therapists, and one particularly awkward mother offspring roleplay I still think about when I can't sleep. All to answer one question: why is it so hard to ask for help? It's hard because it's not actually about the help. I thought it was about need and about lack. I thought asking for help was about me admitting to myself and this other person that I was lacking and they had a resource I needed. Turns out, it's not about that. It is not about pride. It is not about money or muscles or mental clarity. Asking for help is about connection. It's an invitation for someone to play a role in your life. And here's the thing that cracked me open once I finally understood it. The size of the role someone plays in your life depends on the size of your ask. Ask for less, you offer a small role. Ask for nothing, you offer no role at all. Which means every time you convince yourself, I'll just do it myself, you may be unintentionally saying, there's no room for you here. So, how I accidentally shut the door? I learned this lesson the hard way, as a mom. My own mother leaned so heavily on me growing up that I came to associate love with obligation. I believed that if someone needed you, it meant they loved you. If you were needed, you mattered. If you weren't, you didn't. So when I became a mom, I flipped the script. I swore I would never make my kids feel responsible for my well-being. A good mom, I told myself, does not ask. A good mom just gives. So I didn't ask until I hit crisis mode. And that pattern of only making an ask when I was on the edge taught my kids something I never meant to teach: that I only turned to them when I had no other option, that I didn't want them in my need. I only tolerated it when I couldn't hide it anymore. And then there was a tiny moment that changed everything. It wasn't until my third child was a senior in high school that this shifted. I had a headache. Nothing major, just tired. And for the first time, I asked them to pick up groceries and make dinner. No crisis, no breakdown, just a human ask on an ordinary day. They didn't hesitate. I thanked them with no guilt. They hugged me with no tension. It was one of the most honest, connected moments we'd had in a long time. Not because of what they did, but because of what I allowed. Because it changes when we ask from alignment. When we're deeply connected to who we really are and what we really want, remember, emotional capacity, then we don't ask from shame or desperation. We ask from alignment. And when we ask from alignment, everything shifts. The other person can say no without guilt. They can say yes with delight, not obligation. And we get to make the ask without shame, apology, or fear that we suddenly owe them. That's the gift of a true ask. Because asking is not a burden, it's a doorway. And every time you open it, you're not just getting something done, you're saying, there's space for you here. Want to step in? That's not weakness, that's intimacy, that's connection. And connection prevents burnout. Forward this to someone who needs to make an ask and connect, or hit reply and tell me what ask you've been holding back. Let's build a world where connection isn't earned by suffering, but offered through invitation. And P.S., this part of the burnout prevention framework was strongly inspired by a book called Unbound, The author is Kasia Urbaniak. Her power dynamics expertise has proven to be so helpful with burnout prevention skills. I hope you enjoyed this, fam, found it valuable. Be good to yourselves. I appreciate you.